So over my time following and covering the AFL, I have definitely seen some, weird posts. Again, whether it's the video of the guy recently, having a set shot from like 30, kicking it up in the air and hitting a freaking seagull. Cut! That ain't a fucking bird! Or, I don't know, just a YouTube video by centre half bench. There have been some really random stuff to come out of the AFL community as of late. But I saw this post from Fox Footy and it's kind of like really random to the point where I thought I should make a video on this. And it's actually a post talking about 12 rival club players the Carlton Football Club could of course target. And why this is, extremely random is because, as we know, Carlton have had a really, really bad season. A season that they definitely didn't think they were going to have again. I think some up there had them as a top 4 team. I think Sam McClure had them winning the flag this year and winning the flag for the next 3 years after this one. But it obviously hasn't worked out. Again, you've got other issues happening now where it looks like Tom de Koning is most likely going to be off to St Kilda. I've spoken about this on the channel before as well, but Sam Walsh is getting a ton of early trade interest for this year and could reportedly leave next year as he will be an out-of-contract player, and Geelong are calling for him, who seem to get absolutely everyone and their dad, and he's from Geelong. And then you even got guys like, Silvani, who were out of contract at the time making this video. He may have re-signed, but as the time goes on some of these players, it is also becoming more wary on, like, are they going to potentially leave as well? Again, it's a really weird situation at Carlton right now because not only are they not in the 8, but their salary cap is really tight. And as we know, it is like one of the tightest in the AFL. And they are really struggling hard to re-sign all of these players because they've just got so many guys on, like, heavy contracts. Like, Harry Mackay is getting paid like $1.1 million a year to do a very similar performance to what I was doing in under 15s. Again, that might have been a little bit harsh. Like, I was mainly warming the bench in under 15s. At least Harry Mackay, kicks a point from time to time, right? But it's a really weird situation for Carlton, and I'm not too sure if they're going to be able to attract free agents and, try and trade players. Like, if you check the comment section on this post, it's just a ton of even Carlton fans. It's mostly Carlton fans, really, who are just saying, most players aren't probably going to want to come here, and we don't even have the salary cap to afford them. But Fox Footy still made this list, and it's not like the players on here aren't too unrealistic. From all reports is that Carlton have at least, outside of re-signing players like Silvani and whatnot, they have at least like $1 million to spend to some player. Again, they've offered that $1 million per year up to de Koning. He's probably not going to accept it because Saints are offering up like $18 million a year apparently. So he'll probably go there, meaning they might actually have like $1 million, a year to go out and try and spend. Again, I think they'll personally do that on a couple players, but there are some names here that could be bigger that we could talk about. Again, we'll kind of go from the list. The first one is, of course, Malcolm Rosas, who isn't quite getting a game from the Gold Coast Suns. He definitely has fallen out of their lineup, but he could actually add something to Carlton. It's not to say that he couldn't. Like, I think out of a lot of players on this list, he's actually a really realistic player who I think could add a fair bit. The reality is that Carlton small forwards are really, really bad. Carlton fans will quite frankly tell you this all the time. If you see a comment section, half the time it's just ripping apart, freaking Motlop or Fogarty or whatever it's going to be. Fogarty. I can't even remember how you pronounce that guy's freaking name. But the reality is they probably need a new small forward. I think they'll be in the hunt again. Yeah, Malcolm Rosas is on this list. They could look at him. Sam Butler, though, if they could bring Sam Butler to the club, that would be absolutely insane. Sam Butler, I'm going to assume he probably will re-sign with Hawthorn. Again, that's the other thing for this video. If you're watching this at any point and I talk about a player who has re-signed at the time of making this or something like that, just skip ahead, because I'm talking about, like, again, 12 guys here. One of them's bound to re-sign, but at the time I'm recording this, Butler is still out of contract, and if he hasn't re-signed yet, I mean, he'd be a perfect player for Carlton to go out and get a really good young high half forward who has an extreme amount of upside. He probably averages, like, I think he was averaging like 16 touches a game, which is probably the equivalent of all of Carlton's small forwards combined. Again, he's yet to hit the scoreboard really too much yet, but the reality is he is coming back from a broken leg, and the fact that he's already getting started with the disposals and moving up the ground really well is a really important thing. And the fact is he's playing much better than players like Motlop. So if Carlton wanted to go for him, I think it would be smart. I mean, Switkowski is here from Freo. I don't know if Carlton would really target him. I mean, I think they would look at Rosas and Butler personally before they would look at, maybe Switkowski. Same with Xavier O'Halloran. As much footy, and I haven't really seen as much footy from him to be like, yeah, Carlton should definitely go from that guy. I mean, same applies to Ollie Wiltshire. Oh! I mean, I'm not even going to cap you guys. I don't even know who the fuck that is, bro. I don't even know who that is from Geelong. Like, who Nathan Wardius?
Once again, and with all due respect. Oh!
Like, I don't even know who that is either, bro. But, again, I don't think either of those guys have even played a game. And if they have, it's like a couple. I think the Geelong guy may have played a couple games, or like 2 or 3. I don't think the GWS guys even played. I could be wrong on that, but, like, who? Oh! I mean, yeah, if Carlton do their deep research and they find out that these guys who have played like 2 games are going to be the replacements from Motlop, I mean, you probably can't do much worse than Jesse Motlop right now. So that is what it is. Again, Callum Archie is the next one. Let's be real here. Yeah, Callum Archie would be the perfect player for Carlton to go and get. He would be so goddamn good, right? And I mean, you could offer him like probably 700k a year or something like that, and he would maybe consider it. But I mean, yeah, the reality is that I think he's pretty happy at Brisbane. I think Brisbane are pretty happy with him, and he would be, I'm going to assume, a Brisbane line player for life from here on. But yeah, I mean, what a signing he would be if Carlton were able to get him. He'd be 10 times better than anything they've got as a small forward right now, or as even a high half forward. He can play both roles, really good pressure player. Actually a really underrated marker as well, and he's started to hit the scoreboard too. Since he, when I think he moved down forward mainly last year, because he was previously a defender at the Suns and at the start at Brisbane. He's found a really good role as a forward, and I think he'll re-sign with Brisbane on like 700k a year or something like that. I don't think he'll leave, but I mean, yeah, let's be honest here. If Carlton could get him, what a wonderful world that would be for them. What a wonderful day, bro, it would be.
What a wonderful day!
Next one is Maurice Rioli Jr. I mean, yeah, like, is Maurice Rioli Jr. an upgrade from Jesse Motlop? Maybe by like 1 or 2%. But in reality, you're kind of getting the same problems here of like, I mean, that's kind of disrespectful to Maurice Rioli, to be honest. At least Maurice Rioli really tries and has somewhat of a footy IQ, and his pressure is insane. He can't really kick many goals though. He doesn't get any disposals. His fitness is a bit of a worry. While in terms of Jesse Motlop, I mean, when I watch him play, he doesn't really do anything. So maybe that was a bit disrespectful to Maurice Rioli. But in saying that, if you're gonna upgrade from Jesse Motlop and Lockie Fogarty or whatever, you're gonna do it properly. I don't think Maurice Rioli is the guy. Again, Ollie Florent is on this list. I mean, yeah, like, if they could get him, I don't know where this name has really come from. I don't think he's particularly in too many trade rumors, and I don't think there's really anything going on there at all. So that's kind of a random name to pull out. But I mean, yeah, he'd be really good for them. The reality is with Florent is he's one of those few players in the AFL that can almost play anywhere. I've seen him play high half forward. I've seen him play wing. I've seen him play half back. He's even been thrown in the middle. I mean, what he'd be at the Carlton Football Club, I don't know where they'd want him to particularly play if they were to get him. But I mean, yeah, he'd be cool. They're not I don't think they're getting him though. Again, Lockie Scholl, I mean, yeah, I haven't really heard from him in quite a while. I don't even know where he's still playing on the field. I think last time I checked, he was a halfback. Could play a tiny bit of wing, I think. I can't even remember. All I remember is this guy was super skinny and super weak. And I always said that if he didn't put on muscle and get bigger, I don't know how consistent he'd be in the AFL. I mean, if Carlton are looking at him, they see something. And he plays for a pretty good team. So, I mean, we'll see on that. I don't know if that's going to unfold. I mean, Phoenix Gothard as well. I think, if I remember right, he was pick 11 from the 2023 draft. Again, I remember him being the guy who showed up to draft night to support his mates and just got picked randomly. Like, he wasn't even supposed to get picked on the night. And he got picked really high to the Giants. So, I know that's happened. And I don't think he's really played much footy at the Giants so far. So, maybe he's looking for a new opportunity. But it's also like a Carlton, I don't know, they might be scared to pick some high, GWS draft pick players, because notoriously, not many of them have worked so far for them. So, that's going to be really interesting to see. I mean, I don't know. I don't think really any of these players are going to be coming to Carlton, except Bergman, I think, is maybe a slight chance. But other than that, I couldn't really tell you. But yeah, I'd very much like to hear your thoughts and opinions down below. Who should Carlton target? Should they target any of these guys or not? Again, I'd like to know. Subscribe to my sports channel, which is this one, my gaming / movie channel, which will also be getting linked down below. Comment your thoughts and opinions, and I guess I'll be seeing you guys next time. Goodbye.